Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. I trust everyone is having a wonderful weekend. Tonight, I will be discussing the study today. The topic today is CERT, culture, experience, reasoning, and traditions. Each and every one have their own particular CERT. And the CERT is exemplified by our four areas of life. Our spiritual, psychological, social, and physical welfare is impacted by the phenomenon that happens in our culture, in our experience, our reasoning, and tradition. And this is what makes each and every person unique because everyone's CERT needs to be validated, right? It needs to be accepted as being unique and personable for that individual person. The key to counseling is to put yourself biases, yourself aside, and focus on the client. Get to know the client by learning from their perspective of their culture, of their experience, being non-judgmental, their reasoning, and their traditions. And once again, the object lesson is self-examination. Years ago, they had the candy called CERT. And these are 5 different pictures of CERT, right? They come in 5 different flavors, which is a microcosm of the different CERTs that we find in the world today. For example, you can have 5 people. You could be in the presence of 5 people, and each one of them have a different CERT. You can have 5 people of the same family, yet their CERTs may be similar, but is also different based on their sphere of influence, based on the phenomena in their CERT, which impacts them quite differently depending on their developmental stages and family of origin experiences. So once again, I have a text from Ellen G. White. Ellen G. White is a prophetess from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. She had a 9th grade education, and she wrote numerous books about the life of Jesus. Once again, her book, Desire of Ages, is the book that closely resembles the life of Jesus, which was depicted by the librarian in Congress. So this text is taken from the SDA Seventh-day Adventist Bible Commentary, Volume 6, page 1108. And this is what she says: even the best of men, if left to themselves, will make grave blunders. The more responsibilities placed upon the human agent, the higher his position to dictate and control. The more mischief he is sure to do in perverting minds and hearts if he does not carefully follow the way of the Lord. In Antioch, I can't pronounce it. In Antioch, Peter failed in the principles of integrity. Paul had to withstand his subverting influence face to face. This is recorded that others may profit by it, and that the lesson may be a solemn warning to the men of high places, that they may not fall in integrity, but keep close to principles. In other words, everyone needs to have checks and balances. We don't always make the right decisions, and many people have become a god to themselves. They have become their own Lord. And because we are selfish in our thinking, we don't always make decisions that's in the best interest of all parties, right? There are stumbling blocks, there are strongholds, there are addictions found in the CERT, in one's culture, in one's experience, in one's reasoning, and one's traditions. Now, here's the text. Central text I use here is taken from Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 4. And the Lord had said unto Abraham, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abraham departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abraham was 70 and 5 years old, 75, when he departed out of Haran. You see, Jesus had told Abraham to get out of his father's country because the CERT of his family of origin experiences had a lot of confusion. It was based of the gods of the earth, and it was not based on heavenly influences, the heavenly CERT. God is calling for every person to do his will. God's will is for us to have maximum health in all four areas of our lives. And with that, our CERT is redefined, where our culture becomes the culture of God. Our experiences are utilized as object lessons of growth and expansion. And many, 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 many times our mission, our ministry is based on our experience. Our reasoning has become elevated. There's a text in Isaiah when the Lord says, come on, let us reason together. And our traditions no longer are primarily leading us in the straight and narrow. Our traditions, if they are healthy, will be carried on. But if our traditions, which are man-made or have stumbling blocks, are nailed to the cross. So Abraham was told by Jesus to leave his father's home. As you can see here, Abraham did not question. Abraham was obedience. And once again, obedience is the highest form of praise. I have some, let me read here. Our search impact, our sphere of influence, our perspectives, impacts, our esteem, our interactions with others, our worldviews, and our beliefs, values, and personal wealth. Unfortunately, negative family of origin experiences, unresolved relational conflicts, and personal traumas will raise concerns of the health and wealth of ourselves. So, who do we strengthen our CERTs? So, how do we strengthen our CERTs? Who do we strengthen our CERTs? And of course, it is Jesus. Jesus is the only one who can strengthen our CERTs. We must realize our hearts are not right. Genesis 6:5, and I'm reading from the King James Version. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continuously. What do we do if we believe our hearts are not wicked? Psalms 26:2. Examine me, O Lord, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. We should always ask the Lord in our prayer, in our upper room experience, to help us see ourselves as you see us, right? This is called rebuking. And there are times we have to rebuke ourselves. We should learn to embrace rebukes to get ourselves right. If we are not conscientious to rebukes and we tend to become argumentative, it is because we are stuck. And we are called not to be stuck. We are always called to march forward, to march forward and upward as we prepare ourselves for Jesus' second coming. Once we realize our hearts are not right, what do we do next? Psalm 51:7, purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Psalm 51:10, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. So we have to realize our heart's not right. And once we realize our heart's not right, right, we go to the Lord in prayer. We ask the Lord to examine us, right? And once we come to realize there are faults or strongholds in us, we ask the Lord to create in us a clean heart. Now, in counseling, this is what I do, right? I would tell a counselee to find a text in the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. This is what the Bible means. Find a text describing culture. How are you planning to use this information to enhance your marital or relational functioning? Then I tell the client to offer up a prayer to God regarding this issue. And C stands for culture. E stands for experience. Find a text describing experience, right? Discuss the context of the person's experience, all right? How are you planning to use this information to enhance your marital or relational functioning? Offering up a prayer regarding this issue. R stands for reasoning. Find a text describing reason. I just gave you that text in Isaiah when Jesus says, come on, let us reason together. All right. Reason means to let us examine the issue. Let us dissect the issue. Let us understand what the problem is so we can move to solution. How are you planning to use this information to enhance your marital or relational functioning? Offer up a prayer to God regarding this issue. Traditions. Find a text describing traditions. How are you planning to use this information to enhance your marital relational functioning? Offer up a prayer regarding traditions, right? To God. So at the end of all this, regarding CERT, you can offer up a prayer regarding your culture, your experience, your reasoning, and your traditions. All right. Further thoughts, once again, Isaiah 55, verse 8-9, when Jesus says that his thoughts and his ways and his home is different than ours, but he has given us the power to have his thoughts, to have his ways, and to transform our homes into a heavenly home. And once we understand this process, our culture can be aligned with his culture. And this is exemplified in accepting Jesus in the way, the truth, and the life. I hope you enjoyed this CERT study. Once again, is designed for self-examination. It builds upon the 5 C's and the 6 P's. To God be the glory. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.